Welcome to the New Heights Show on Education. I'm Pamela Clark, founder and director of the New Heights Educational Group, and I'm here with David Smith, the founder of Silicon Valley High School, who has helped us get these podcasts produced and delivered to you.
Yes, Pamela, when we saw the great things that you and your army of volunteers were achieving at New Heights, we wanted to get involved. We're happy to work with you to leverage the internet and make quality education accessible and affordable to everyone, everywhere.
Thank you, David. We appreciate Silicon Valley High School helping us to get these podcasts out to the hundreds of thousands of listeners from all over the world. So I hope you enjoy the show.
In this week's episode, we will discuss education reform on mission.
Hello, everyone. This is Danielle Washington coming to you live from Ms. Buffie Williams' office. Just sitting around thinking about life and trying to become better people tonight, so check us out. Welcome back. You're on the air with Buffie Williams, and you have been listening to the New Heights Show on Education. We have been discussing the show's purpose on mission.
Good evening. This is your host, Buffie Williams, and you're listening to the New Heights Show on Education, the New Heights Educational Group. Tonight's topic is parent education events, and we commonly know them in the past as PTO meetings or PTA associations. On last week's show, we discussed K through 12 physical education and school sports, and how we can create a culture of healthy living and fitness in the lives of our students in the K through 12 area. But on tonight's episode, we'll take a look into parent education events, which in my day, again, was commonly referred to as PTAs or PTO meetings, parent-teacher associations. So let us hear your thoughts or your memories about what you remember about PTA or PTO meetings when you were in school, or how do you feel about PTO meetings or PTA meetings today and parent education events as they have morphed into. So again, let us hear your thoughts. Call us at 917-948-7542 or put your comments in our chat box, or you can tag us on social media at hashtag NHEG, or as always, you can post your comments on Twitter at Buffy_Awaken or on Spreaker, Instagram, or YouTube. Remember that my fellow New Heights host, Erica Hansen, airs Thursday nights at 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all of the doctors, workers, healthcare workers, supermarket attendants, gas station attendants, essential workers, and all the global citizens that are affected by COVID-19. We also want to remember our EMTs, our paramedics, our nursing assistants, home health aides, respiratory techs, any first responders, or anyone who is having to work overtime during this epidemic that we're experiencing. And as we did on last week's show and the show before that, I'd like to just take a brief pause to remember them in our thoughts and send them positive energy and prayers during this difficult time. Well, welcome back to tonight's show. Again, it's an interesting concept of moving to parent education events, because initially when I put out there what my topic would be for this week, a lot of people question, okay, well, what is a parent education event? And that's kind of was my thought initially when I first saw it. I thought, oh, well, this must be something new and different. But actually, it's what we commonly know as PTO meetings or parent-teacher associations, where parents kind of galvanize together and they do things to support the schools, but it also is an opportunity for, through my research, I've noticed that there are a lot of educators or parents out there who are doing what is called education speaker series just for parents. And I thought that that was a nice way to kind of rearrange what PTO or PTA meetings stand for. Because I know back in earlier times, parents would come to the school, find out whatever the new information was, but everything now is pretty much listed online. And I was probably one of those parents that was kind of caught in the middle of that particular situation. I was kind of like, I wanted to be hands-on. I kind of wanted to come into the school, meet the teachers face to face, and kind of see what my kids were doing, and also see where I could better maybe assist their teacher or another teacher in the school or just the school as a whole. And so we would have things like we would volunteer for, different carnivals for the kids, or different fundraisers or teacher appreciation days where we would, recognize teachers. But definitely during that time was a prime opportunity to talk with your child's teacher, and also in a more relaxed environment, and kind of find out, what things were going on at the schools and what ways we as parents could better assist. And I also remember that was an opportunity for some of the children who were maybe in the musical department or the art department to do something special for the parents, maybe a 5 or 10 minute skit or something like that to showcase their talents. So it was a way to kind of build kind of a community around a school, and having those parent education nights or speaker series to kind of help parents through things was always a part of it. But I just think it's a nice way for them to kind of re-energize what a PTO or PTA meeting was, because maybe the parents then, they would all make, we'll just say spaghetti, right? So all the parents, all the mothers would decide who's going to make spaghetti, and then we have this big fundraiser, we sell tickets, and we buy uniforms for the cheerleaders or the baseball team or the Pee Wee League baseball team, and buy uniforms or cleats for them, or, things that they needed. And so these parent associations initially were designed so that we could better help our students or our children with things that were education-based, yes, but also to help them with some of the extracurricular things that they may have been doing in the schools. And so the parent-teacher education series that are out there now, I think, are very instrumental and can be actually very empowering for parents who are trying to figure out a better way to kind of maybe relate to their children, or assist their children with certain things, or if they just have general questions. So these parent representatives really go out of their way sometimes to do things for the school and do things for other children. And also, I can remember maybe there was even a carpool situation that was organized by the PTA. So I'm not sure if they still do that. Of course, my children are now adults, and I haven't gotten to that stage with my granddaughter, but I'm sure that that's a pretty a powerful component when you can have someone to kind of step in that gap for you and kind of assist you with that. And so it enhances the parents' education in joining a PTO situation in the K through 12 area, because it does give parents a way to enrich their education and their learning experience as a family by participating in those events, and the parents pooling their resources to do something that shows the children also that parents can participate in teamwork, and they can do things that will enhance the school and the interest of the students. And so typically most school boards, of course, PTAs or just like any other organization, they typically have a president, maybe a vice president, someone who's over fundraising if they're trying to do something special. They may have a special committee chair, and someone who kind of handles community events. And maybe someone now, since they have the speaker series, definitely someone who probably handles like who's going to come in and actually give information to the parents at a particular day or time or month, and so that you can kind of better enhance the program. And then I thought it was very interesting also, there's the school out in, I think the school is in Arizona, and they have this program called Speak Events for parent education out in San Francisco. And one of the things that they had was they had a room parent. And I thought that that was a very interesting title. I was like, I wonder what a room parent is. But basically, it's the person that typically goes to the teacher's rooms and actually sees the need for what that particular class needs or that teacher needs in order to better enhance the educational environment for their children or their students at that time. And so they solicit volunteers to maybe help out with a particular event so that they make that easier for the teacher. So I thought that that was a great addition to kind of like what you would typically think of as a school board member, but room parent. I thought it was pretty catchy. But they also have, typically secretaries, someone who keeps the notes, a historian, maybe a treasurer if you're having, of course, fundraising events, and someone to oversee the money. And now, of course, you have to have a webmaster because somebody has to put that information out there. But most schools will, kind of coordinate with you and kind of put that information out or help you put that information out. But we are talking about parent education events, PTOs, PTA meetings, and PTAs, and how they are now different from they have been in the past. But at this time, we're going to take a brief pause and listen to a word from our sponsors. So stay tuned.
Right now, you might be struggling through your classes or even failing them. You might be worried that you may not finish high school. There might have even been a thought that you may not be smart enough. Well, the New Heights Educational Group begs to differ. We not only think you are smart enough, but with our help, you will complete your high school diploma. The New Heights Educational Group strives to improve your academic success through its tutoring services. To learn more, please visit newheightseducation.org and contact us. New Heights Educational Group, educational resources to help reach your goals.
This podcast is brought to you by Silicon Valley High School, the world's fastest growing, video-based, self-paced, teacher-supported, fully accredited online school that's recommended by more than 96% of students. Take individual courses at just $95 each, or earn your high school diploma at any age. Check us out at svhs.co.
Welcome back, and you have been listening to the New Heights Educational Group, the New Heights show on education, and I am your host, Buffie Williams, and tonight we're talking about parent education events, or PTO or PTAs, if you are familiar with that term from years ago. Now, I did not share my quote at the top of the hour because I am experimenting, as you probably already know, with the best format for the show. But I do have a quote from Plato, and it reads, "Let parents bequeath to their children not riches, but the spirit of reverence." And I love that quote, the spirit of reverence, because when we respect each other and respect each other's values, and that quote comes from everydaypower.com if you're looking for good educational quotes. If we can instill in our children reverence, just to respect others and respect others' space, respect others' property,